undisclosed location, giving you the truth like no other in the time where you know what happens to the real truth spitters. Today I'm gonna have a couple beats playing, a few YouTube cats. My homeboy D Rob said, "Man, why don't you talk about your boy Rat?" And I started laughing. I was like, that's funny. You want me to talk about Rat Tone? Do y'all remember Rat Tone? Does anybody in Los Angeles remember Rat Tone? Because I do. That was a guy that I used to kick it with way back in 1999. I met him through my homeboy Buster. Buster was a grimy, hood hustling ass nigga. He was just always out there in trouble, always pushing something. I got a story about Buster too in Portland when I get to that. But this story right here about this nigga Rat he introduced me to. One night, me and my brothers, we was off in L.A., had a hotel right there off of La Cienega Boulevard, and Buster said, "Man, I'm in town, man. Well, let's hook up." And so Buster, I told him where I was at, and he came to meet me. He pulled up into this with this 6'4" Impala. You know, it didn't have no special rims on it. It was regular, but he just pulled up in a 6'4" Impala, and this dark nigga in the front. I could tell he was chubby. He had the 60s hat on, you know what I mean? He had this LA 60s hat on, I can remember. And he was just like, and Buster said, "What's up, whoa, what's happening, man?" And he was like introducing me because, see, I was a hip hop artist from Tacoma, Washington, and I had made it, you know, had a few records out there. So Buster was trying to introduce me to Rat and Rat to me. You know, because apparently Rat had some type of hookup in Hollywood. He was hanging out with Tank, and he was hanging out with a couple other rappers, and he knew Dr. Dre and Snoop and them guys. So I felt like, you know, it was gonna be a good connect. He seemed like a real nigga. And the first things he said, "Man, I appreciate you here being in town, but what I want to tell you right now, first and foremost, keep your ass on this side of town." He said, "Don't cross a certain side of town." He said, "Don't cross don't cross Century Boulevard. Okay, don't cross this street. You know what I mean? Keep your ass in Hollywood." Basically, is what he was saying. And I was like, "Okay, cool. I could respect that because I wasn't going in the hood anyway without no, you know, without anybody that I knew. I did have family in L.A., but I wasn't going to ride out through Compton and just hang out with niggas and try to buy some weed from niggas. So we was self sufficient. We brought our own. Um, but Rat came back and picked me up a week later because we stayed in LA for 2 weeks. Okay, we was hustling and grinding, pushing some music, the Gorilla Music album, and I gave him my album, and he came back and was like, "Man, the album kind of fire, but you know, niggas don't do that revolutionary over here. We do that gangster. We keep it G. We keep it 100." I was like, "Oh, I understand, Rat. That's cool, but you know, that's what I do, fam." So, but he liked my lyrics though. He liked the way I did my thing. So we kicked it. And short, you know, I got to shorten this up because Rat led me through some trenches. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure that my music keep going and everything, and no commercials and stuff. Because when you do YouTube, you're gonna get some commercials, and so it's evident that that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go ahead and forward these commercials. But Rat, Rat was a real nigga. Okay. He took me over into LA, got me some real fire from some, you know, real connects. He showed me where the real food was at. He showed me where the Redbird was at. Ooh, the Redbird was fire in LA. We used to get that at least twice a week, you know what I mean, since we was down there. And so Rat was really wild, you know what I mean? He had a house out there in LA. He was doing, you know, I never really knew how old he was. I assumed he was about a little bit older than me, but I don't know. He was just a real grimy cat, you know what I mean? And he was always on something, always hustling, always in the mix, always in somebody's mix. He introduced me to Easy E's son. He had me in the studio with him and a few cats there. And man, let me tell you this. Let me just get grimy. Rat was about doing some dirty work. And if you needed some work done, you go to Rat. Rat had credit card scams. Rat had um, Rat had hookers on deck. You know what I mean? Coming to drop off this and that to him. Rat had boosters. Rat had gangsters with him. You know what I mean? That nigga had gun connects. You know what I mean? So basically, he was really grimy and dirty. And I remember one time he was like, "Hey, Womack, what's your name?" He said, "What's your full name, man?" I said, with me being cool, I'm a square from Tacoma, Washington. I was like, "Mark Womack." He's like, "Yeah, Mark Womack. Okay, Womack, Womack." I said, "Yeah." They ran out the door. They came back less than an hour and a half later. Had a credit card with my name on it. Told me to buy the pizzas. Told me to rent the limo. Told me to buy the whatever they wanted me to buy. You know what I mean? Like I said, my main blanks at that time, but they just told me to buy the shit, and it was with my card because I had the ID, so everything was going through me, and I ran it with it. I didn't fight it. I just ran with it. You know what I mean? One day they had us on a chase to chase down some nigga's girlfriend. This is real talk on my mama. I'm so mad that I have to even bring this up because you guys believe I be bullshitting, and this is real talk. Rad had a hit for this girl, and all this dude wanted him to do is just scare her or just put some fear into her about, but it was some LA shit. This is some shit way above my head. I didn't know what to do. But Rad was like, "Nigga, we got this job. We about to make 800 a piece." You know what I mean? All we need to do is go down there and stick this girl with this needle and make her think that she got the AIDS. I was like, "Nigga, what?" Nigga, what? He said, "Yeah." And let me show you rap. Hey, whoa, Jack. Yeah, we think we're about to make 800, nigga. We about to make 800. All we gotta do is make it seem like we gonna get this bitch the AIDS. So, nigga, we spent the afternoon. I swear to God, driving to this girl's apartment, driving to her job, driving to where she might be eating at. We spent the whole afternoon. Then this nigga Rat thought he spotted her. So we went on a high-speed chase through the hills of La Cienega Boulevard, just all the way down, chasing this car to find out it wasn't her. Rat also had me on a high-speed chase with his girlfriend in the afternoon all the way down Crenshaw. High-speed chase, driving as fast as he can because he caught her with another nigga in the car. He used to, he used to be a pimp, you know what I mean, to handle his business. So, I have to say rest in peace to my guy because now that I'm remembering, he didn't make it, a couple weeks after I left his house, because we used to stay with him now. Now we were so close, we was kicking it. We stayed with the brother, you know what I mean, and hang out with him. And, it was good friends. Took him out to eat all the time. He took us out to eat, man. He saved us a lot of money from hanging out in LA and took us to a lot of big celebrity spots, you know what I mean? So rest in peace, my guy Rap. But 2 weeks after I left, his son, his son walked in while he was asleep, walked up on him, put a couple in his head. Rest in peace. His son. And Rat used to do things to his baby moms, and used to, have hoes coming over every morning off the chat line, and stuff like that. I mean, because I was there, so, this ain't no fake talk. This is some real talk. He was a real nigga. He did real nigga things. He just was grimy, and he had us on some grimy shit a lot of times. And he also had us trying to burn this bitch's car one morning. Me and my guy F Knuckles from Canada. We driving on the freeway at 6 a.m. in the morning, man, lost like a motherfucker because we couldn't do the job. I couldn't burn nobody's car at 6:45 in the morning while white people jogging around in this neighborhood. This nigga had us on some shit, but it was all for us to try to get money to stay in LA to push this music. So, I was out there basically ready to sell my soul to try to do anything to get this music. And I regret that. And I found out that that's what you have to do to be in the music industry, to be big, to make it big, to have big paper, to have everybody know your name and you to be famous. You got to sell your soul. You got to do some dirt. You got to sleep with some grimy, dirty chicks. You got to let some people sleep with you. You got to sell your soul. And this is the shit that I just won't. I refuse to do. I love music. I love hip hop. I've been chasing hip hop dream of just trying to be a respected rapper, a respected artist. But you know what? I've been blacklisted out the game. You know why? Because I spit that real heat. King Wojack, the revolutionary. You can look me up anytime, anywhere, any YouTube or SoundCloud, whatever you want to do. King Wojack. Okay? Look it up, and you'll see I do got some music. I got a catalog of heat. So that's why I'm here. And I'm going to just talk my story right here during this time of COVID. I really don't believe in it, but I see people are still dying from something, okay? Because it's a bioweapon attack on the people of America and the world. So do what you want, say what you want, live how you please. But understand what I'm here to do is to tell the truth, keep it 100, man. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in to episode 2 of just Real Talk with King Wojack. You know, Ratone, rest in peace, my guy. You took me to a lot of plateaus down there in LA. Met me, you know, I met a lot of people, a lot of stars, a lot of cool ass folks through you, you know, and I like to say rest in peace, fam. Wherever you at right now in the stars, I hope you up there because you know what, man, everybody deserves a second chance. And so peace out to my nigga Ratone, the real one. Buster, shout out to you too for introducing me. I got a story about that nigga so hard. Man, I'll talk to you later about Buster, man. Tune in next time to the real stories and real life stories of King Wojack. Salute.
Heck yeah.